Hello everyone, my name is Pooja Bansal. I'm student of BPT third year. I would like to thank Dr. Pradyot sir and Academy for giving this opportunity to me. This time this live event is based on topics. So first topic is posture. In this posture topic today I will be covering what are the types of posture, what is good posture, what is poor posture, what are the effects of these posture on our body and how can we improve our posture in our day-to-day life. I would like to start my presentation with what is posture. Posture is defined as the attitude which is adopted or taken by the body either with support during muscular inactivity or by means of the coordinated action of many muscles working to maintain the stability. So whenever there is muscular inactivity, like in case when we are lying or sleeping, our body takes support to maintain the posture, and whenever we are sitting, standing, walking or running, like doing any work, then many muscles work together to maintain that posture, and these muscles are known as postural muscles. So here we can see different types of posture, like this is standing posture. In standing also people have different posture, about which I will be talking later on. Now, types of posture: there are two types of posture: inactive posture and active posture. What is inactive posture? Inactive posture is the type of posture which is adopted for resting or sleeping. This type of posture is used for training, general relaxation. All essential muscular activity is reduced to minimum. So, inactive posture is that posture which we adopt during resting or sleeping. And this is the type of posture which is used by the physical therapist to train general relaxation to their patients. And in this posture, all the essential muscular activity is reduced to minimum. Second is active posture. Active posture is defined as the type of posture in which the integrated action of many muscles is required to maintain the posture. Active posture is that type of posture in which muscles are working together to maintain the posture. Example, like when we are standing, sitting, walking, or running. Now, active posture is divided into two types: static posture, dynamic posture. Static posture. Static posture is the type of active posture in which the body and its segments are aligned and maintained in the certain position. So in static posture, our body is aligned and maintained in certain position. Like whenever we are standing or sitting, our body is present in certain position and there is constant pattern of posture. Posture is not changing. So these are the example. When they are standing, so our bodies and its segments are aligned in same position. When we are sitting, our body and its segments are aligned in same position. These are the examples of static posture. Second is dynamic posture. Dynamic posture is the type of active posture in which the body and its segments are constantly modified and adjusted to meet the changing circumstances which arise as a result of movement. So, dynamic posture is the type of active posture in which we are continuously moving. Because of this continuous movement, the body and its segments are need to be adjusted and modified so that we can meet the changing circumstances. Example is walking, running, jumping, throwing, and lifting. These are the pictorial examples. So running, when this person is running, his body posture is continuously changing. So this is the example of dynamic posture, and same occurs in case of walking. Now, pattern of posture. There are two patterns of posture: good posture, also known as correct posture; poor posture, also known as faulty posture. Now, this is the good posture. Whenever standing, when there is balanced upright posture, this is known as good posture. But if the person has forward head, swayed back, weak abdominal muscle, then it is the poor posture. Also, when the head is forward but back is flat, then also it is a poor posture. Now, what exactly is good posture? When the posture fulfills the purpose for which it is being used with maximum efficiency and minimum effort, then it is known as good posture. In good posture, the muscular effort which is required to maintain the posture is minimum, and this posture is maintained with maximum efficiency. Now, characteristics: it varies from individual to individual. There is no specific type of good posture. All the individuals according to their body have different posture. Only thing is that this good posture should not put pressure on any of their body parts and should not do any harm to their body. Second characteristic, there is perfect balance of one body segment over another. The body segments are perfectly aligned and the balance is perfectly maintained. Then minimum muscular effort, as I told you before, and it is pleasing to eyes. Whenever someone is standing in good posture or doing any activity in good posture, it is very pleasing to eyes. Now, what are the factors which are responsible to maintain this good posture? There should be stable psychological background. As we know, whenever a person is sad or depressed, their posture is like slumped posture, slouching posture. So it is very important that he or she should be happy so that their posture could be a good posture. Then good hygienic condition, opportunity for plenty of natural free movement. If the patient has a patient or person can perform different movements freely without any obstruction, then also they are able to maintain the good posture. Now, these are some examples of correct posture while squatting, while sitting, while lifting any object, while standing, and now while walking. Now, what is poor posture? A posture which is inefficient, fails to fulfill the purpose for which it is being used, and in it unnecessary amount of muscle effort is used, is known as poor posture. So, in poor posture, as the it is causing harm to our body, so to maintain this posture, muscles have to work more amount of muscle work is required, and also this posture is very inefficient. What are the characteristics? Faulty alignment of body part leading to additional muscle work, marked increase in curves of spine which are displeasing to eyes. So because of poor posture, there may be increase in the lordotic or kyphotic curve of our spine, and the increase in these curves are very displeasing to our eyes. Now, it also reduces the efficiency of movement. What are the factors which are responsible for this poor posture? First is mental attitude. As I told you that depressed or sad people, they have poor posture, or their posture is slouched or slumped over, and poor hygienic condition. Then general disability or illness. If someone has disability, so their posture automatically changes to adapt to that disability. And prolonged fatigue, if someone is standing or sitting for a longer period of time, they will feel pain or they will get fatigued, so because of which they change their posture, and that posture changes to poor posture. There are some local factors also. Suppose they have pain somewhere, because of which, to reduce that pain or to cope up with that pain, they will change their posture, and this change posture will lead to the poor posture. Muscular weakness could be also one of the factor, because muscle should be strengthened appropriately to maintain a good posture. Sometimes there may be faulty idea of good posture. Yeah, some people have faulty idea that the posture in which they are standing or they are doing their work, that is the good posture. So these are the factors responsible for poor posture. Then examples of incorrect posture: while squatting, while sitting, this is very incorrect. Then while lifting object, as it is putting a pressure on our spine. Then while standing also, this person has forward head, and there is marked increase in the curve in our spine, like we can see here. Similarly, while walking also, there is increase in the curve of our spine. Now, what are the effects of good posture? Good posture help in preventing the back pain. It helps in maintaining proper muscle and joint usage. It prevents the spine from forming into abnormal positions. It centers our balance, reduces stress, promotes efficiency since muscle, joints, and bones are used optimally. Encourage confidence and good morale. Whenever a person is doing any activity in good posture, it increases her or his confidence. It maintains the balance, and it obviously reduces the stress, and muscles and joints are used optimally, properly. So obviously proper usage will result in increased efficiency, and helps in preventing the back pain. And good posture does not result in abnormal curves or abnormal increase in the curve of spine. So our spine is healthy and in proper position. How, as we can say, our benefits of good posture: there is improved mood, this person is able to breathe properly, increase testosterone, makes taller and slimmer, reduces the back and neck pain, makes this person look confident, powerful, improves the memory and learning also. Now, what are the effects of poor posture? Poor posture results in misalignment of our musculoskeletal system, wear away at our spine, making it more fragile and prone to injury, causes neck, shoulder, and back pain, decreases the flexibility, affect how well our joints move, affect our balance, and increase the risk of falling, make it harder to digest the food, make it harder to breathe. So most important effect is that our musculoskeletal system is not properly aligned. Also, abnormal increase in spine will make it more fragile, and more fragile means it will result in more injuries. Now, neck, shoulder, and back pain will occur more frequently. There is decrease in the flexibility, and our joints will not be able to move properly. There, obviously, in poor posture will result in impaired balance, and impaired balance will increase our risk of falling. It also makes it harder to breathe, harder to digest our food. So this is the picture depiction: inefficient breathing, neck and shoulder pain, depression. Yes, bad posture can also result in depression, back pain, and pot belly. It is obviously resulting in increase in our weight and increase in the belly size. Now, how can we improve our posture in daily life? First is we should be mindful of our posture during everyday activities, like whenever we are watching television, washing dishes, or walking. We should be mindful that our posture is properly maintained. There is no stress on our spine, or there is no increased muscular activity. Second is stay active. Any kind of exercise may help improve our posture, but certain type of exercises can be especially helpful. We should be staying active. Exercises help in improving our posture. There are special exercises also which are designed only to improve our posture. Third is maintain a healthy weight. Extra weight can weaken your abdominal muscles, cause problems of your pelvis and spine, and contribute to low back pain. All of these can hurt your posture. So, whenever a person is overweight or obese, it will result in the weakening of abdominal muscle. So, weakening of abdominal muscle will result in the problem in our pelvis and spine, and this resulting problem will cause the low back pain. And all of these things are ultimately leading to the poor posture. Fourth is wear comfortable low heel shoes. High heels, for example, can throw off your balance and force you to walk differently. This puts more stress on your muscles and harms your posture. Whenever someone is wearing the high heel shoes, they will result in the improper walking. They will force the person to walk differently but than the normal walk, whatever walking we are doing. So this will result in throwing off our balance anteriorly, and this put stress in our muscles so that they can maintain the balance, and they stop us from falling. This will ultimately lead to the harming of our posture. Last is make sure your work surfaces are at comfortable height. So, whether you are sitting in front of a computer, making dinner, or eating a meal, the work surface, or where we are doing the work, it should be at comfortable height. Neither it should be too high nor it should be too low. So, in short, summarizing it, we can improve our posture by staying active, by maintaining the healthy weight, by wearing comfortable low heel shoes, and by working at the comfortable height. So, stay active, stay fit, and maintain the good posture. Reference: I have taken all the data for this PPT from this book, Principles of Exercise Therapy by M. Gina Gardiner. Thank you. Thank you once again, Pradyot sir and MM Academy.